Well, at least I got my really bold prediction correct. My second place for constructors, despite everyone saying, "What are you thinking? How is Ferrari gonna beat Mercedes if they've won 8 times in a row?" Well, I got it right. But I didn't get those many right, so come find out with me which predictions I got correct and which I didn't. Spoiler alert, it was not that many. Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. With you, Manena, and today I'm going to be doing my Formula 1 2022 predictions comparisons. Yes, last season, I don't know if you guys think the same thing as me, but it was just so hard to predict. I normally used to do my predictions pre-Grand Prix every single Thursday because I didn't like anything to influence my predictions. This season, there was so many changes, so many new things, so many good cars, so many bad cars. Like, it was just so hard. I actually started watching practices to be able to do my predictions, and sometimes not even that way did I get them right. Same thing, or kind of same thing happened with my full-on yearly predictions, but we're gonna find out which ones I got right and which ones I got wrong. So let's start with number 20. I'm first gonna say who got each place, and then I'm gonna say right next to it which one was my prediction. So in 20th place, Nicolas Latifi. My predictions was Nikita Mazepin because I did the predictions before he was even fired, so yeah, at least I definitely got one wrong right there. 19th place was Alex Albon. To be honest, I had given it to Guan Yu Zhou because, well, he was a rookie in 2022. And Alex Albon has done so well in previous seasons, so I really thought that he was going to perform a little bit better. I mean, he did get points, but then again, I think every single driver got points this season. 18th place, I wasn't that far away, Guan Yu Zhou. But my prediction was Mick Schumacher because, let's be honest, he didn't do that great in 2021, and apparently he didn't do that great in 2022 either. I mean, he did get his first points, which is amazing, and he got his 6th place in the starting grid, which is also amazing, but it wasn't enough. So much so that he's out of Formula 1. 17th place, Yuki Tsunoda. I had given it to Nicolas Latifi because I really thought he was going to perform better this season, especially given the fact that he was, well, a little bit more experienced than the rookies. But that didn't happen, did it? I feel so sad for him though. I didn't want him to leave Formula 1. Anyway, moving on. 16th place, Mick Schumacher. He did quite better than I had given him. I had actually given this place to Yuki Tsunoda, which ended up a little bit lower than Mick, which brings me back to how impressed I am with how terrible the AlphaTauri car was this season and how great the Haas cars were. I mean, like, mind blown, yes. This next one, I actually got it right. 15th place, Lance Stroll, and I had given it to, well, Lance Stroll. 14th place, and I am so shocked. He really went down a lot of places this season, but it was for Pierre Gasly, and I had a lot of confidence in Alex Albon, so I had actually given it to him. But boy, was I wrong. 13th place, Kevin Magnussen. Of course, I didn't add him to my list because he wasn't even on the list. But the 13th place was actually from Valtteri Bottas. Another one I got right, which is both Aston Martin drivers actually. I gave the 12th place to Sebastian Vettel, and it was indeed Vettel. I remember feeling so bad in my predictions video. I started laughing so hard when I saw that clip. I felt so bad about giving him such a low position, but he actually got it. So I got another one right. So happy. 11th place, another driver I overestimated. 11th place was for Daniel Ricciardo, and I had given it to Esteban Ocon. Little did I know that Daniel Ricciardo was going to, well, get kicked out this season. 10th place, Valtteri Bottas. He did not do bad at all, especially for being in a medium-leveled car and in a new team. This proves just how good of a driver he actually is. I had given it to Pierre Gasly, but, well, we know that wasn't the case. Another driver I got correct is Fernando Alonso in 9th. 8th place, which I'm kind of surprised he ended up over Fernando, but it's for his teammate Esteban Ocon. And I had actually given it to Daniel Ricciardo. 7th place, it was Lando Norris. I underestimated George Russell because, well, he was in a new team, one of the top teams. And I just thought he would be a little bit overwhelmed, but he did really, really good for having a first start of the season with this really dominant team. So it's definitely not George in 7th place. 6th place, oh my God, for Lewis Hamilton. And I had actually given it to Lando Norris. 5th place, Carlos Sainz, and I had given it to Jacques Leclerc because I really did think that probably something like last season would happen in which Carlos would end on top of him in positions, but it didn't. So maybe Jacques Leclerc really does have a chance to becoming the world champion in 2024. 4th place, George Russell. Yay, Georgie. And I had given it to Carlos Sainz. Another one I got correct, the 3rd place with Checo Pérez. My paisano. I think we're connected or something. It's like the Mexican blood. Now, 2nd place, Jacques Leclerc. I was shocked. I really thought that Lewis Hamilton was going to come so hungry for more of the season. And, you know, go all for it against Max Verstappen. So I had given my 2nd place to Max. And my 1st place, well, the 1st place is Max Verstappen, in which we know he won a lot of races before, and I had given it to Lewis Hamilton. Now let's go quick with the constructors. 10th place, Williams. I had given it to Haas because why not? And they actually surprised us, so I'm really happy for them. 9th place, Alfa Tauri. I had given it to Alfa Romeo given the disaster car they had in 2021. So I'm glad to see they were much better this season. 8th place, Haas. And I had given it to Williams because in 2021, they were the surprise team. And I thought they were going to be the surprise team again this season, but they did surprise us. Not for good. 7th place, Aston Martin, and I had given it to Alfa Tauri. 6th place, Alfa Romeo, and I had given it to Aston Martin. You know, having Sebastian Vettel on the line, I thought they were going to do a bit better. 5th place, McLaren, and I had given it to Alpine. 4th place, Alpine, and I had given it to McLaren. Now, the top 3, I actually got them correct. Mercedes, Ferrari, Red Bull, and those are my comparison predictions for 2022. What about you guys? How many did you get correct? Let me count mine and I'll put them down in the comments. And of course, see you again next week in another episode of A Girl Talks Formula One. How great the house cars was. Another driver I overestimated.